Oh, Canada, the land of vast wilderness, friendly faces, and a culture that's as rich as its maple syrup. From the stunning Rocky Mountains to the bustling streets of Toronto, Canada is a country that has something for everyone. But hold on to your toques, because big changes are coming. Big immigration shakeups coming in 2025? Yes, you heard that right. The Canadian government is planning to overhaul its immigration system, and it's going to be a game changer. Whether you're dreaming of starting a new life in the Great White North or just curious about what's happening, this is news you won't want to miss. Hello, future Canadians, or should I say hopeful future Canadians. The new policies are designed to make the process more streamlined and efficient, but also more selective. It's all about finding the right fit for Canada's evolving needs. Word on the street is you're interested in moving to the land of maple syrup and passive-aggressive apologies. Well, who wouldn't be? Canada is known for its high quality of life, excellent healthcare, and welcoming communities. But with these new changes, you'll need to be more prepared than ever. Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because Canada's immigration system is getting a makeover in 2025, and it's about as dramatic as a Celine Dion key change. Imagine a roller coaster ride through the intricacies of visa applications, residency requirements, and citizenship tests. It's going to be a wild ride, but don't worry. We're here to guide you through it. We're talking big changes to who gets in, how they get in, and why they get in. The new system aims to prioritize skilled workers, entrepreneurs, and those who can contribute to Canada's economy and society. It's a shift towards a more merit-based approach, but it also means the competition will be tougher. Don't worry though, we're here to break it all down for you in a way that even a drunken hockey fan could understand. We'll cover everything from the new point system to the different pathways available, and what you can do to improve your chances of success. So, grab a double-double and some poutine, and let's dive into the wild world of Canadian immigration, shall we? Whether you're a seasoned applicant or just starting to consider the move, we've got all the tips, tricks, and insider info you need to navigate this exciting new landscape. Let's get started. Okay, first things first. Let's dive into what's happening with Canada's immigration policy. Canada's inviting fewer people overall. This might sound like bad news at first, but there's more to the story. Think of it like this. Canada's throwing a party, but they've downsized from a banquet hall to a cozy cabin. The guest list is getting shorter, but the party's still on. The target for permanent residents is dropping from 500,000 to 395,000 by 2025. That's a significant reduction, but it doesn't mean the end of opportunities. That's a lot fewer party favors, and by party favors, we mean permanent residency. But let's look at why this is happening. But don't despair just yet. There's a silver lining to this cloud. This doesn't mean the doors are slammed shut. Canada is still very much open to newcomers, just with a bit more selectivity. It just means Canada's being a bit pickier about who gets a slice of that delicious Canadian pie. They're focusing on quality over quantity. Instead of just letting anyone in, they're focusing on folks who can contribute to the economy, like skilled workers and young professionals. This is a strategic move to ensure that the people coming in can help build a stronger, more resilient economy. It's like Canada's saying, "We love your enthusiasm, but can you also fix our plumbing?" They're looking for people who bring specific skills and talents to the table. This approach is designed to address labor shortages in key areas. By targeting skilled workers, Canada aims to fill gaps in the workforce that are crucial for the country's growth. So, if you're a skilled worker or a young professional with the right qualifications, your chances of getting into Canada might actually be better than before. It's all about finding the right fit. Canada is still a land of opportunity, but they're making sure that the opportunities go to those who can make the most of them. So, if you're thinking about making the move, now's the time to polish up your skills and get ready. The doors may be narrowing, but they're still open for those who are prepared. Remember, it's not just about getting in, it's about thriving once you're there. And with the right skills, you can do just that in Canada. Now, you might be wondering, why is Canada being so picky all of a sudden? What's with all the new regulations and policies? Well, imagine inviting a bunch of people over, but you only have so many bedrooms, and your bathroom is already a disaster zone. You'd be scrambling to make sure everyone has a place to sleep and that the bathroom is at least somewhat usable, right? That's kind of what's happening in Canada right now. The country is facing a significant challenge with its housing market. Overcrowding is becoming a real issue, and it's putting a strain on resources. There's a housing crisis, folks. Prices are skyrocketing, and finding a place to live that's within budget is becoming increasingly difficult. Finding affordable housing in major cities is like trying to find a sober person at a Leafs game after a loss. It's tough. People are searching high and low, but the options are limited and often out of reach. And with more people coming in, the pressure on housing, healthcare, and other social services is, well, let's just say it's not pretty. Hospitals are getting crowded and the wait times for services are increasing. So Canada's hitting the brakes a bit to figure out how to accommodate everyone already here. The government is trying to balance the needs of current residents with those of newcomers. It's a delicate situation, and they're working on finding solutions that will benefit everyone in the long run. This means looking at new housing developments, improving infrastructure, and ensuring that social services can handle the increased demand. It's a big task, but with careful planning and cooperation, it's possible to create a more sustainable and inclusive environment for all. So, while it might seem like a lot of changes are happening all at once, they're all steps towards a better future. A future where everyone has a place to call home and access to the services they need. Now, before you pack your bags and head back to your regularly scheduled programming, there's a silver lining. Because what's a Canadian story without a little bit of hope, eh? While the overall numbers are down, Canada's actually making it easier for certain groups to become permanent residents, especially international students and skilled workers. Think of it like this. Canada's playing a game of immigration musical chairs, but they've removed some chairs and added a few beanbag chairs that are surprisingly comfy. So if you've got the skills Canada needs, or you're studying your butt off at a Canadian university, you might just snag yourself a prime spot. But what skills are we talking about exactly? Well, Canada's got a bit of a wish list, and it's not all maple syrup and hockey players, though those are always welcome, of course. They're really hurting for people in healthcare, skilled trades, and technology. So, if you're a doctor, a welder, or a tech wizard who can code in their sleep, you're basically Canada's dream date right now. But even if you're not in one of those fields, don't worry. Canada's always on the lookout for talented, hard-working folks. So do your research and see where you might fit in. Section 6. Want to move to Canada? Get your ducks in a row. Now, for the practical stuff. If you're serious about moving to Canada, you can't just show up with a suitcase full of dreams and a toque on your head, though that never hurts. You've got to be strategic about it. First things first, research, research, research. Find out what industries are in demand, what the job market looks like, and what the immigration requirements are. And don't just rely on your buddy's cousin who once visited Vancouver. Get your information from official sources, like the Canadian government's immigration website. Section 7. Immigration lawyers, your new Canadian best friends. Next, consider getting professional help. We're talking about immigration lawyers, folks. Sure, they might not be as cuddly as a baby seal, but they can be your best friend when it comes to navigating the complex world of Canadian immigration. They can help you figure out which programs you're eligible for, make sure your application is in tip-top shape, and basically hold your hand throughout the whole process. Metaphorically, of course. Think of it as an investment in your Canadian future. Section 8. Stay informed, stay hopeful, stay Canadian-ish for now. Finally, stay informed. Canadian immigration policies are about as predictable as the weather in Winnipeg, which is to say, not at all. So, make sure you're staying up to date on all the latest changes, rules, and regulations. Check the government website regularly. Follow immigration lawyers and experts on social media, and maybe even set up some Google alerts. Knowledge is power, my friends, especially when it comes to immigrating to Canada. Section 9. Final thoughts. Keep your eyes on the prize and the immigration website. So, There you have it, folks. The lowdown on Canada's big immigration shakeup. It might seem daunting, but don't let the paperwork and bureaucracy scare you away. With a little bit of preparation, a whole lot of patience, and maybe a dash of Canadian luck, you might just find yourself living your best life in the Great White North. Just remember to pack a good winter coat, eh?